Listen, great to see you. You're presenting Ayana the Classical Music Award. Are you a fan?
Yeah, well, I've known Ayana for a very long time now and worked with her many times, but I'm a huge fan of her own work. I mean, she's so versatile, being able to go from classical cello and classical playing to and classical piano as well, to being a superb R&B artist, and she can turn her voice and her art to any style. And the thing is, that's what I love, when people transcend genres and just with their sheer musicality and expression.
Excellent. Have you seen this coming then? The award?
I think it's more than seeing it coming. I think it's way overdue. Any awards to Ayana are richly deserved.
Yeah, and Nordhoff and Robbins, Music Therapy, have you seen it in action yourself?
Indeed. I mean, last year I was here presenting an award to Jules Holland. I thought it was a fantastic award ceremony then. I think there was a lot talked about there with Music Therapy and what Nordhoff and Robbins have done. But I think music therapy as a whole is incredibly important. I myself have been in therapy for a long time, since 2013, psychodynamic therapy. I think that's really useful, but music definitely has always been my saviour, and it's kind of my sanctuary. Every time I felt down, music's kind of brought me out of that, and I think it's the most intuitive way of expressing yourself there is if you're a musician.
Yeah, I mean, you're clearly a believer in the power of music.
100%. I mean, I think it's a healer. I mean, there's lots of studies that show that it helps people with dementia or Alzheimer's, and it actually safeguards against that. It's also something that I think. I mean, for example, I've had EMDR, which is eye movement desensitization reprocessing, and I've had that for a while, and it's all about bilateral stimulation. And when you're playing a piano, you experience that anyway automatically, because you're doing that with your hands. So I think in a way there's lots, and with any instrument there's a lot of coordination that actually just helps to recalibrate your brain when you're feeling down.
Yeah. And on a personal level, what's next on the release schedule for you?
Well, I've just I've been very successful with the latest single that I've got with Guy Garvey. It's been played on 6 Music on rotation. They've got it on the A playlist. We're putting out another single later in July, and then a third single after that. So the album itself is called Identity. It's coming out in October. At the moment, I'm going to be performing that at the Royal Albert Hall. But also I'm working on a Disney movie about tigers at the moment, and I'm working on Neil Gaiman's next TV series for Amazon called Nancy Boys.
Excellent. And the album, what sort of new direction? What can we expect?
As the title Identity suggests, it's an exploration of people's identities. I've got a lot of amazing collaborators on there, Guy Garvey being one, Joss Stone's on there, there's Lady Blackbird, a whole host of brilliant artists that I admire and have done an incredible job of not just collaborating but really engaging with the subject.
Yeah, do you always have a clear vision of what you want to achieve?
That's a really good question. I think I like to come up with the title first, and that actually guides which direction I go in musically. Because for me, I mean, I'm a musician, and who loves lots and lots of different styles, and so from that point of view, I'm always playing with lots of different styles, from classical to jazz to Indian classical to flamenco to whatever, to drum and bass. But for me, it's all about what is it you want to say, and so I regard music as a language. And from that point of view, I do try to find the right musical expression to get across what I'm thinking at the time.
Excellent. And who do you look to for inspiration?
So many people. It depends what you're talking about. I mean, for songwriting, obviously the great legends, Joni Mitchell, Paul McCartney. It just goes on. Elton John, even. Lots of different people who are incredible at that art of songwriting. But also nowadays I'm listening to a lot more classical music, a lot of great club music. Massive Attack have always been an inspiration. The great legend Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan was an incredible inspiration. But I love all kinds of music. From Beethoven's an amazing inspiration. Rachmaninoff. So lots of different directions.
Excellent. Well, look forward to seeing you at the Royal Albert Hall. Thanks
Cheers.
for your time.
Nice one. Thank you.
you.
Cheers.